half of your section 5.5, we just need to go through 2 slides, and this is actually talking about what's called the factor theorem. In order for your divisor, x plus k, to be a factor, the remainder has to be 0 when we do our synthetic division. Okay, so again, if we do a long division or a synthetic division, if we end up with our remainder piece being 0, then we have actually found a factor of the original equation. All right, so what does that look like? Here's an equation. F of x equals 2x to the third minus 11x squared plus 3x plus 36. Now they're specifically telling us that x minus 3 is a factor. If it is a factor, then I can do my synthetic division, which is easier than long divide. I want to do my synthetic division. I'm going to get a smaller answer, which I can then keep on factoring, which will allow me to factor completely. If I can factor completely, I can come up with all of the solutions, the zeros, the roots, to a particular equation. So let's just back up 1 second. If this is 2x to the third, that means I have to look for 3 factors, 3 solutions. We don't really know how to factor things that are going to have 3. We've been working on factoring with 2 things. So if I have 2x to the third, that means I have 3 factors and 3 solutions. This synthetic process will help us find all 3 of them. All right, so they're telling us that x minus 3 is a factor. I want to use synthetic divide. It's much easier. I'm going to do my division, and I'll come up with a smaller equation that I can factor completely. Numbers in the fronts: 2, negative 11, 3, and 36. Divide by. What's our number that we have to put out here again? Remember to solve this. X equals 3. It always is the opposite of what you see in the brackets. Drop your 2. Multiply, we get 6. Add, we get negative 5. Multiply, we get negative 15. Add, we get negative 12. Multiply, we get negative 36. And when I add, yes, I get 0 for my remainder. That means I can write these 3 numbers as a new equation, which I should be able to factor. 2x to the second, remember it's 1 degree less than what I started with, minus 5x minus 12. This is now something that I have to factor. Now we've learned how to do factoring. This one has a number in the front, which means I'm going to have to factor with AC method, which is a good thing because we're kind of weak on remembering how to factor AC method. So if you remember how this starts, A is the number in the front, C is the number in the back. I need to multiply those 2 together. 2 times negative 12 is negative 24. What are 2 numbers that multiply to give me negative 24? That will add up to give me negative 5. Hopefully you're going to come up with negative 8 times 3. So now we do our cut and paste. Cut this out. We're going to paste in our 2 numbers instead. 2x to the second minus 8x plus 3x minus 12. I've got 4 terms. Cut it in half and factor by grouping. In the front half, take out a 2x. I'm left with x minus 4. In the back half, factor out the positive sign and the 3. I'm left with x minus 4. My 2 brackets match. So I take out that x minus 4, write it down 1 time. I'm left with 2x plus 3 for the back half. So the question again says to factor completely. I just finished the factoring, x minus 4, 2x plus 3. But remember, we needed to have 3 factors. So you have to write down the original factor that they gave you in the question, which was x minus 3. Recap. This is a 3rd degree equation. I have to have 3 factors. They gave me one of them. They gave me a big hint. X minus 3 is one of them. I had to do synthetic division and then factor the answer to come up with the other 2 factors. Okay, we have one more question we're going to go through. We want to factor completely and then find the other zeros. If f of x equals x to the third plus x squared minus 16x minus 16, and now they're telling us that x equals 4 is one of the zeros. This is a 3rd degree equation, means I need 3 factors, and if I get 3 factors, then I'm going to get 3 solutions, 3 zeros. They're telling us one of them. One of the answers is 4. I have to look for the other two solutions. Synthetic division will be your method of choice. 1, 1, minus 16, minus 16. And we are dividing by 4. X equals 4 is one of the solutions. Drop the 1, multiply is 4, add 5. Multiply is 20, add is 4. Multiply is 16, add 0. Remember, you have to get 0 as a remainder here. If you don't get 0, then you probably did something wrong, because they're telling us specifically that the number 4 has to work as one of our solutions. These three numbers now make up our next equation. 1 degree less than what we started with will be 1x squared plus 5x plus 4, which is easily factorable, simple trinomial, x plus 4, x plus 1. If I write my three factors, remember I need three factors. If I write the three factors, x plus 4, x plus 1, plus the solution that they told me that x equals 4 as a solution. Just as a helpful hint, that had to come from x minus 4. We're going backwards on solving that. So these are my three factors. What are the three solutions that come from that? Take each one of these apart and solve. This one gives me x equals negative 4. This one gives me x equals negative 1. And this is the one that they told us in the original problem, x equals 4. I have just found the other zeros to this original question. The other zeros are negative 4 and negative 1, and the one that they gave me was 4. Okay, so here's how you're going to solve equations with solutions by using your synthetic division.